Publicity by security agencies and specifically the DCI, who is trying to cover up. His explanation today leaks of a cover-up, and it is not acceptable. Let them get busy. We have a forensic laboratory. Let us know how old those bodies are. When is the probable time of death? Why are we being given information that is half-baked? It is a sad day, and none of us feel safe. The young women and men of this country do not feel safe, and as their parents and everybody else do not feel safe, because we have a rogue regime which we must all join hands in telling their time is up. Thank you. I think that's a most strange thing for him to say. The only person we are sure is sponsored by foreign elements is him, because he has proved to be a puppet of Western masters. He hardly can put his foot down in Kenya. If it were not for the Gen Z, God knows whether he would have covered 10 countries in that short space. But the fear of the Gen Z have kept him home. Who would be able to pay all the masses, all the humanity that has come out? Even his own very corrupt regime cannot be able to mobilize such crowds, and not in 35 counties. So I just want to remind him the only person funded by foreign masters and who plays to their music is you, William Ruto, not the Gen Z. I am not here to answer those questions, but our constitution does envisage a people's revolution. When it says that the people can exercise power directly, not through their elected representatives, the general recall of the Ruto regime is by people exercising their power directly. They don't need signatures, they don't need to go through anywhere. And it is the constitution that says so. I am sure there are many opinions on the steps to follow next, but they are in that very constitution we passed in 2010. And we must also ask what happens in countries where the entire government resigns. Would we believe an iebc that is put in place by William Ruto now that we know him the way we know him? It looks like a zero-sum game. The answers are in the Constitution. That's a discussion for another day. Yeah. And dialogue is not necessary. What dialogue is necessary? To get all the senior officers in Nairobi who have been in place when this is happening to go home or be suspended. What dialogue is needed? To get police officers whose faces have been in the media shooting wantonly, killing people. What dialogue is needed for them to go home? And what dialogue is needed on corruption? What dialogue is needed for the clear message to William Ruto and his regime that they must exit the stage? I think this particular Gen Z demonstrations were not by us. We tried as Azimio. We failed. Through the usual methods. Come with dialogue, before you know it, co-option and compromise. Let us allow our children space to bring accountability to this country without